What if you could grow your own natural medicine cabinet that comes back stronger every single year, without replanting, without fuss, and without spending hundreds of dollars at health food stores? Perennial medicinal herbs are nature's gift to sustainable wellness. Plant them once, and they'll return year after year, providing healing remedies for your family while saving you money and reducing waste. Today I'm sharing 7 powerful perennial herbs that are perfect for beginners, scientifically proven to support health, and incredibly easy to grow in most climates. Let's build your forever healing garden. Before we dive into the herbs, let's talk about why perennials are the smartest choice for sustainable wellness. Annual herbs like basil and cilantro die after one season. You have to replant them every single year, buy new seeds, prepare soil, and start from scratch. It's exhausting and expensive. Perennial herbs are different. Their root systems survive winter and regenerate each spring. They get stronger, more productive, and more resilient with every passing year. Some perennials can thrive for 10, 20, even 30 years from a single planting. This means less work for you, less waste for the planet, and a reliable source of healing plants that mature and multiply over time. You're not just growing herbs, you're investing in decades of natural wellness. The 7 herbs I'm sharing today are hardy in USDA zones 3 through 9, meaning they'll survive in most of the United States. Let's meet them. First up, Echinacea, also called purple coneflower. This is your immune system's best friend. Echinacea has been used for centuries by Native Americans to treat infections, wounds, and snake bites. Modern science backs this up. Over 14 clinical studies show Echinacea reduces the duration of colds by an average of 1.4 days and decreases severity of symptoms by 58%. The active compounds, called alkylamides and polysaccharides, stimulate your white blood cells and increase your body's natural defenses. You can use the roots, leaves, and flowers to make teas, tinctures, or immune-boosting syrups. Echinacea is incredibly easy to grow. It loves full sun, tolerates drought once established, and actually prefers poor soil, no fertilizer needed. Plant it once in spring and it'll bloom every summer for 10 years or more. The flowers are stunning, so it doubles as ornamental beauty in your garden. Harvest the roots in fall, after the 3rd year when medicinal compounds are strongest. Harvest leaves and flowers throughout the blooming season. Dry them for year-round use. Next is Lemon Balm, a gentle powerhouse for stress, anxiety, and digestive health. Lemon Balm has been cultivated for over 2,000 years. Ancient Greek physicians prescribed it for nervous disorders, and modern research confirms why. A 2014 study published in Nutrients found that 600 millimolars of lemon balm extract reduced anxiety by 18% and improved mood by 15% within just 3 hours. The secret is rosmarinic acid, a compound that increases GABA activity in your brain, the same neurotransmitter targeted by anti-anxiety medications, but without the side effects. Lemon balm also contains antiviral compounds that fight cold sores and herpes simplex virus. Growing lemon balm is almost too easy. It thrives in partial shade to full sun, tolerates poor soil, and spreads vigorously, some might say aggressively. Plant it in a container, or use root barriers to keep it contained. Water regularly, but don't overdo it. Harvest leaves anytime during the growing season. The best flavor comes just before flowering. Use fresh leaves in teas, salads, or desserts, or dry them for winter use. One plant will give you endless harvest for 5 to 10 years. Yarrow is an ancient wound healer with a warrior's reputation, and for good reason. The genus name, Achilles, comes from the Greek hero Achilles, who allegedly used yarrow to treat his soldiers' battle wounds. Yarrow contains over 120 bioactive compounds, including flavonoids and sesquiterpene lactones that stop bleeding, reduce inflammation, and fight infection. A 2013 study found that yarrow extract reduced wound healing time by 35% compared to controls. It's also a powerful digestive aid. Yarrow tea stimulates bile production and relieves bloating, gas, and indigestion. Yarrow is one of the toughest perennials you can grow. It thrives in full sun, tolerates extreme drought, poor soil, and even roadside conditions. Once established, it needs zero maintenance. It spreads through underground rhizomes, so give it space or plant in a dedicated bed. Harvest the flowering tops and leaves during peak bloom in summer. Dry them for teas, salves, or poultices. Yarrow can live for 20+ years and will self-seed if you let it, creating a self-sustaining medicinal patch. Important note, avoid yarrow if you're pregnant or allergic to plants in the Asteraceae family like ragweed. Sage is more than a Thanksgiving herb, it's a cognitive enhancer and powerful antimicrobial. The name sage comes from the Latin salvare, meaning to save or to heal. Ancient Romans considered it a sacred herb. Modern research shows sage improves memory and cognitive function in both healthy adults and Alzheimer's patients. A 2003 study found that sage extract improved word recall by 12% within 4 hours. Sage contains rosmarinic acid and carnosic acid, compounds that protect brain cells from oxidative stress and inflammation. It's also a potent antimicrobial. Sage essential oil kills bacteria, fungi, and viruses, making it perfect for sore throats, mouth infections, and respiratory issues. Sage loves full sun and well-drained soil. It's drought-tolerant once established and thrives on neglect. Overwatering is the only way to kill it. Prune it back in spring to encourage bushy growth. Harvest leaves anytime, but flavor peaks just before flowering. Use fresh or dried in cooking, teas, or gargles for sore throats. One sage plant will produce abundantly for 4 to 5 years before needing replacement. Thyme is small but mighty, a respiratory powerhouse that's been trusted for thousands of years. Ancient Egyptians used thyme for embalming. Medieval Europeans burned it to purify air during plague outbreaks. They were onto something. Thyme contains thymol, one of nature's most powerful antimicrobial compounds. Studies show thymol kills 99.9% of airborne bacteria and is more effective than some synthetic disinfectants. For respiratory health, thyme is unmatched. A 2013 clinical trial found that thyme extract reduced coughing fits by 68% in bronchitis patients and shortened illness duration by 2 days. The essential oils in thyme, thymol and carvacrol, break up mucus, open airways, and fight respiratory infections. Growing thyme is effortless. It loves full sun, rocky or sandy soil, and minimal water. Planted in well-drained soil or between paving stones, it thrives in harsh conditions. Harvest sprigs anytime during the growing season. Flavor and medicinal potency peak just before flowering. Use fresh in cooking or dry for teas and steam inhalations. Thyme can live 5 to 10 years and will self-seed, creating a fragrant ground cover. Oregano is your natural antibiotic, powerful enough to rival pharmaceutical options in some cases. The name oregano means joy of the mountain in Greek, and this Mediterranean herb has been celebrated for healing since ancient times. Oregano contains carvacrol and rosmarinic acid, compounds with extraordinary antimicrobial properties. A 2001 study found that oregano oil was as effective as the antibiotic vancomycin against certain bacteria, including MRSA. Oregano also fights fungal infections like Candida, supports digestive health by killing harmful gut bacteria, and reduces inflammation throughout the body. The antioxidant capacity of oregano is 42 times higher than apples and 12 times higher than oranges. Growing oregano is ridiculously easy. It thrives in full sun, poor soil, and drought conditions. Overwatering is the only real threat. Plant it once and it'll spread aggressively through runners. Give it space or plant in containers. Harvest leaves and flowering tops throughout summer. The highest concentration of essential oils occurs just before flowering. Use fresh in cooking, dry for teas, or make oregano oil for medicinal use. One plant will produce for 10+ years and will likely spread to create a permanent oregano patch. Last but definitely not least, peppermint, the ultimate digestive soother and headache remedy. Peppermint has been used medicinally for over 3,000 years. Ancient Egyptian medical texts from 1550 BCE mention it for digestive complaints. Modern science confirms its effectiveness. A 2019 meta-analysis of 12 studies found that peppermint oil reduced IBS symptoms by 40% compared to placebo, specifically bloating, gas, and abdominal pain. The active compound, menthol, relaxes smooth muscles in your digestive tract, allowing trapped gas to pass and reducing cramping. Peppermint also increases bile flow, improving fat digestion. For headaches, applying diluted peppermint oil to temples is as effective as acetaminophen, according to a 1996 German study. Now, here's the thing about growing peppermint. It's incredibly aggressive. It spreads through underground runners and will take over your entire garden if you let it. Always plant peppermint in containers or use deep root barriers. It thrives in partial shade to full sun and loves consistent moisture. Harvest leaves any time during the growing season. Peak flavor and medicinal potency occur just before flowering. Use fresh in teas, desserts, or salads, or dry for year-round use. One peppermint plant will produce abundantly for 3 to 5 years before needing division. So, there you have it, 7 perennial medicinal herbs that will transform your wellness routine for decades to come. Let's quickly compare them so you can choose the right ones for your space and needs. For immune support, Echinacea is your go-to. For stress and anxiety, Lemon Balm. For wounds and first aid, Yarrow. For brain health and antimicrobial power, Sage. For respiratory issues, Thyme. For infections and gut health, Oregano. For digestion and headaches, Peppermint. If you're just starting out, I recommend this combination: Echinacea for immunity, Lemon Balm for stress, and Thyme for respiratory health. These 3 cover the most common health concerns. They're incredibly easy to grow, and they work beautifully together in a small garden bed or 3 large containers. Planting tips. Most perennial herbs prefer full sun, at least 6 hours daily. They need well-drained soil. Soggy roots are the #1 killer. Space plants 12 to 18 inches apart to allow for mature growth. Water regularly the first year to establish roots, then reduce watering. Most herbs prefer dry conditions. Plant in spring after the last frost or in early fall. Mulch lightly in winter for protection in colder zones. That's it. These herbs practically grow themselves. Now, let's talk about harvesting and preservation, because growing herbs is only half the equation. The general rule, harvest in the morning after dew has dried but before the heat of the day. This is when essential oils are most concentrated. For leaves, harvest just before flowering for maximum potency. For flowers, harvest when they're fully open. For roots, wait until fall of the 3rd year when compounds are strongest. Use clean, sharp scissors or pruning shears. Never harvest more than 1/3 of the plant at a time. This allows it to recover and continue growing. For most herbs, frequent harvesting actually encourages bushier, more productive growth. Drying is the easiest preservation method. Tie small bundles and hang them upside down in a dark, well-ventilated space for 1 to 2 weeks. Once completely dry, strip leaves from stems, and store in airtight glass jars away from light and heat. Properly dried herbs retain potency for 1 to 2 years. You can also make tinctures by steeping fresh or dried herbs in alcohol for 4 to 6 weeks, or infuse herbs in oil for salves and balms. The possibilities are endless, and you'll never buy expensive herbal supplements again. Building a perennial medicinal herb garden is one of the smartest investments you can make in your health and sustainability journey. Think about it. For less than $50 and a few hours of work, you can create a living pharmacy that produces healing remedies for decades. No more expensive supplements, no more plastic packaging, no more wondering what's actually in your wellness products. Just pure, potent, homegrown medicine. These 7 herbs, Echinacea, Lemon Balm, Yarrow, Sage, Thyme, Oregano, and Peppermint, will support your immune system, calm your stress, heal your wounds, clear your lungs, and soothe your digestion year after year after year. Start small. Choose 1 or 2 herbs that address your biggest health concerns. Plant them this spring or fall, water them their first year, then step back and watch them thrive with almost 0 effort. If you found this helpful, subscribe to Green Life Zen for more sustainable wellness content every week. Check out my video on healing houseplants for immune support. It pairs perfectly with this outdoor herb garden. And drop a comment below telling me which herb you're most excited to grow. I read every single one, and I'm here to help. Let's grow health from the ground up. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.